In this video, we're going to sew the frog's tummy in place. And as you can see, there is a, a guideline marked for you on the body front of Fenwick frog. I'm going to take the white tummy that's included in your kit, and I'm just going to lay it right in the center of that guideline. Once I have it in place, I will pin it so that it'll stay where I want it to stay while I'm making my stitches. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 safety pins for this tummy just to be sure it's held in place really well. I'm also going to make sure that my safety pins are well away from the edge of the tummy so that as I'm working my running stitch around to attach the 2 pieces, I won't get too tangled up in them. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I've got my needle threaded. I'm going to start from the back, so I'll push my needle up from the back so that my knot will be on the back side or wrong side of the work. It's always a good idea to try to hide your knots and your tails on the back side or wrong side or between the fabric when you're doing a project. Now I'm just going to sew this in place using a running stitch, and I'm going to use about a 1/8 inch seam line, so or seam allowance. So on the edge of the fabric, between the edge of the tummy and where my stitches are, will be 1/8 inch approximately. I'm going to go ahead and just continue a running stitch around. If you need a refresher on how to do the running stitch, I have a video on how to do a running stitch in my on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to go ahead and work my way around. With a running stitch, a goal is to try to make your stitches as evenly spaced as possible. And you want to try to keep them pretty evenly, keep your seam allowance pretty even. So an even distance from the outer edge of the white tummy to the stitches. I'll just continue to work around the outer edge of the tummy. I have my needle threaded with a single thread, and for this project you can either choose to use a single thread or double thread the needle. And I do have videos describing each of those on the Joyful Elephant channel as well. It really is up to you. Single threaded tends to get less tangled up. Double threading tends to be a bit sturdier, so if you have someone who really likes to pull, you're less likely to snap the thread. Okay, now I've finished working my way around most of the circle with a running stitch. I'm going to go ahead and continue those stitches until I meet up with the place where I started. So I'll go ahead and put in those last few stitches, and then I can show you how to end the work with a knot. You always want to finish with an ending knot to secure your stitches in place so that they don't come unraveled. As you approach the end, you want to kind of make your stitches adjust maybe your stitch size a little bit so that they'll finish right there where you began. And I'm going to go ahead and end in the back, so my needle and my thread are coming out the back side. I've finished my stitches. I'm going to go ahead and make an ending knot on the back here, and you see I'm just going to pick up just a little bit of the back side of the fabric. I'm not going all the way through. My needle has not made its way all the way through the fabric. I'm just picking up a little piece of the fabric in the back, and then I'm going to pull that through and make a loop, and then I'll take my needle and I'll go through that loop. I'll make it a little smaller so you can see. I'll go through that loop once with my needle, and then again with my needle back through a second time. And then I'll just tug that to pull it right up against the back of the fabric there to make a knot. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to clip the tail. But I don't want to clip it too close to that knot, because if you clip the tail too close to the knot, it can come undone. I'm going to go ahead and remove my safety pins. And that's it. You finished the first step.